Today's sentimental video for the 6th of April 2021 for the QuasiDB service. Gold is about to hit the SLC. As you can see, it's at 1740 and we're at 1737 now, so we're only $3 away. Signal is saying to buy, but it's not agreeing with the static sentiment, so this is what I need to bring your attention to. You think, well, why is it going up? Because it's actually a sell, but you have to look at dynamic analysis. So you can see that the average line went long here, which makes sense because it sold off, and then they sold it here, and so we went up. So that move there, that's what I mean by the dynamic. They shorted it up here, so that action brings price up. So even though we're above 50%, it's going up. So it's at a high level static nature, it shouldn't be coming up, but according to the dynamic, then it can, because you have to remember where it's come from. Don't look at things now, look at how things have come from. So that's the key. So I think it's going to get the SLC. I was undecided what was going to happen with gold yesterday. I wasn't too sure. I didn't know if we were going to retest the lows because of the static nature. But it's actually respecting the monthly pivot, and we did have a diagonal break too. So MR1 is 1752. So that's your logical target because we're above MP monthly pivot. So quite a bit of chop today. We had 4 signals, and only one of them now is open. So we encountered some small to medium-sized losses on the USD, and so I guess the risk on, risk off, it fluctuated a lot today, which is frustrating, but you know, it does happen. So S&P volume node 4071.00, we're at 4071.40, so we're very close to the volume node on this session. So but tricky. If it falls, it's going to really impact our currencies. So this is why I always show you US 500. AJ monthly pivot is 83.87, 4. So we actually are just teetering below monthly pivot. Signal saying to sell, and the sentiment saying to buy. So there's a mismatch. SLC above 84.60. 83.34. If you would have seen the yen analysis that I did in one of my videos yesterday, I was saying to you guys keep an eye on that yen bubble. So I wasn't sure what it was doing, but it was actually moving quite a lot off the extreme. So it's getting stronger over time if you look at the bubbles. So it's tricky because it's actually quite high up on the bubble chart, but it's moving quite aggressively. So it's a bit of a strange one. If that does continue to come down and westerly, then it's going to strengthen. So this can fall. So we're going to potentially a stronger yen. Okay, so keep an eye on your monthly pivot. Signal saying to sell. AU. So it is frustrating how we got the message to exit, because this has got legs. I think we are a buy here, and it's still going to say to buy. So you want the two to agree, and they are. So it's quite frustrating. We had the message to close. You could theoretically ignore it. I ignored it for the dollar CAD because it looks good technically for a short. 7670. 7600. This is a large stop loss cluster. EA. There's quite frantic, choppy. One above. 155.59. One below. 153.99. So 154. And there's your monthly pivot. So we are above. So there's Aussie weakness, Euro strength potentially. Euro USD. Now this is our outstanding open signal. It's quite frustrating. We had the no messages, I will admit. 118.50 and 117.89, and that's your monthly pivot. So their stops are at monthly pivot. So that's quite a good confluence there to target. Buy, and my scalper program, my robot that I paid for, has a break even at 118.52, so it's like a triple confluence. See what it does. It triggers like buy and sells, and so the median point. Um, yeah, I don't know if you can see that. Let me just change that colour. I don't know why it's defaulted to yellow. It's quite annoying. So there's the median point. So it did actually buy up there, which is like a bit crazy, and then it bought down there. So the median point between the two is how the scalper bot works. It's actually a monthly pivot, near enough, and that's where the robot break even is, 118.46. So that's where the robot's going to get me out. So that's like a triple confluence. Pound USD. This was a signal, but it said no to close, so that's quite annoying. I think we'll probably possibly have a negative week this week. 138.5. God, I can't hardly see that. 138.55. And one below 138.09. 50-50. Flip a coin, and that's them guys going long, and that's why we got the signal to exit because of that action. They went long. And if they continue to go long, then it will come down. But you see how it's teetering. It's very, very frustrating. I must admit, I've been watching it all day. It all depends what the crowd do. If they continue to go long, then we fall, and that's the logic. So hopefully you understand why we had the message to exit. It was that they went long, so it invalidated the bubbles. And another one that invalidated, which is frustrating. 70.69, 70.70, one below 70.05 buy, wait on the technical. The euro yen, there's that yen strength again. 130.64 and 129.75 sell, buy. So there's a big mismatch there. My FX book have been very skewed for ages, so that's normally like a leading indicator for reversal. But keep an eye on your monthly pivot as well. Pound yen, wow. So I'm guessing the euro pound actually rallied a lot today, so we'll cover that. One above 153.44, one below 151.69. If we do break below monthly pivot, that's the first time that's happened in 3 months. So keep an eye on 151.16. Dollar yen, there's that yen strength. 110.75 and 108.69. Sell, buy, mismatch on the technical and sentiment. And there's your monthly pivot down there. Dollar CAD. See, I am still holding this. I'm not going to ignore the signal because I know that this is actually like a pretty decent short. Just look at your daily time frame. Monthly pivot is going to be a very important level for it to break. It should do. See how we're carving lower highs. It's trying to rally, but it's unable to. So, and it hit that resistance there, which is quite interesting. Here, and then there. Almost exactly. So that's pretty cool. So that's that. So it hit it on the nose, pretty much. So yeah, just keep an eye on your monthly pivot, and you should always be fine. Remember, that's your bias technical. One above 125.99, so 126 really, and one below is 125, and so that's going to be my target, I think. However, they are shorting it. You can see what they're doing there. So them shorting it can push price up. So it's a very tricky day today, and we've got Fed tomorrow as well. Dollar Swiss. Now, this was a trade recommendation to short last week. I did re-enter yesterday, and it's doing very well, which is awesome. So there's a sell signal on the sentiment, and this technical is a sell too, and we're coming very close to the SLC. So do take that into account, and that is at 93.40. We're 2 pips away. So I think I might exit, to be honest, and it's a very nice little trade there. Yeah, it's 52 pips or so, so it's pretty decent. One above is 95 on the dot. And gold we covered, and we're very close to SLC. Quick look at euro pound, and that's a very, very good explanation why the pound yen fell. It's not necessarily to do with the yen strength, but maybe a little bit of pound weakness because of this. And I think we're well oversold as well. If you look at the daily time frame, just put an RSI on the daily, and it looked quite oversold, and it has been for ages. So this was testing stops, I think. Signal is saying to buy, but there's no FX SSI indication for this particular pair. So I'll wrap up now. Apologies about the signals, but there is nothing I can do. All you need to do is just exercise the risk management. Don't necessarily take them at signal. Wait for the retracement. For example, here, you knew that monthly pivots at 138.23, so you could have probably got a pending order to buy because you knew it was a buy from the signal originally, and so you would have done okay on this little move, 28 pip move, so it did actually trigger up there, so it's quite frustrating. And I had an inkling that the euro pound was going to rally, so if you are trading sterling, keep an eye on your euro pound. It's very, very important. Um, I'll wrap up now. I'm going to do some charts for you guys in the technical channel, and I hope you have a good day. And let's see what happens with the Fed tomorrow, and if we get any more signals. If we do, just take caution because it's going to be a choppy week. And I'll speak to you soon.